am starting my long-awaited Oathbringer reading vlog, which you guys have been asking about for literally months, so I'm sorry that it took me this long to get started. It's been crazy, but I have no predictions. I have no idea what to expect from this book, other than the fact that I'm sure Brandon Sanderson is going to rake my emotions over the coals, as he always does. I have a couple of things that I don't want to have happen. I don't know how prevalent it's going to be that this whole thing he's kind of setting up with the love triangle business between Shallan, Adolin, and Kaladin. If you watched my Words of Radiance vlog, I am a huge Shallan and Adolin fan as a couple. So yeah, not to say that I don't think Kaladin deserves some love and happiness in his life, because as we all know, he really could use some, and he's got Syl, but Sadeas's body was just found. Things are gonna get crazy. We're just starting off with a bang, so here we go. I'm about 120-ish pages into Oathbringer, and I don't know who put a quarter in Syl in this book, but she is delightful. Sanderson has taken her comedy up a level in the beginning of this book, and I am loving it so much. She and Kaladin just had the discussion about what Syl would be like as a mother, which turned into a conversation about Syl creeping under doors and spying on people, and Kaladin getting super awkward about it, and it was pretty great. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I'm her character. I think she's going to heavily move up on my favorites list if she keeps going the way she's going through the rest of this book. So that's where I'm at. That's my only update. Syl, do I really need more than that? I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled yesterday morning, so I look kind of like a chipmunk, but I'm getting some reading done on Oathbringer, and I wanted to update you guys a little bit. I am kind of loving young Dalinar in this book. I had heard from a lot of people that they really love Dalinar in book 3, and I can totally see why. I'm absolutely loving it. He's hilarious. Anyways, I'm really excited to find out more about his wife, and the fact that he can remember her now is kind of crazy. I'm excited about that because she's been something that I've been really curious about. So I'm gonna eat my mashed potatoes and read some more of Oathbringer. The train's really loud. I'm about 350 pages in, and I hit another interludes bit, and we're with Venli at this, and this is actually an interlude that I kind of cared about and was like, oh, I know this person. They just found Eshonai's body, which that's gonna change some dynamics going forward. But Shallan and Adolin and Renarin and Bridge 4 taking on the Midnight Mother was awesome. That was an incredibly written scene. I'm still processing all of that. Jasnah's back, and she literally just showed up, and I have to say what's cracking me up about this is that everybody is just in shock. Like, oh my gosh, Jasnah's alive? What? And I'm over here like, about time you showed up, girl. Where you been? I've talked to quite a few people who totally saw it coming, where they're like, yeah, obviously Jasnah wasn't dead. And then I've also talked to people who are like, I totally thought she was dead. So it's really funny because I feel like there's a lot of people on both sides. I was one of the people who definitely was not buying the fact that Jasnah Kholin was dead. I was like, there's no way that Sanderson would create that epic of a character and then she's just... Dalinar needs better friends, like long-term friends, because most of the people that he's known for a really long time are not... Like, we had Sadeas, and now we have Taravangian, who... There are hooligans in my house. Taravangian just came into the picture again, and Dalinar's just, like, so happy to see him, and I'm just like... The heralds. I just got to the part where Sanderson explains where the heralds came from, and how the fused work, and what they are, and whoa. Yeah. I know that my comments in this part of the book are a little vague at the moment, but honestly, there's a lot happening, and I don't have a ton to say yet. So, yeah. Hi guys. So, it's about a week later. I'm doing a quick check-in. I'm moving very slowly through this book, and I apologize, but it's getting close to Christmas. Things are a little crazy over here, and yeah. A few points, because there's a lot happening right now. So first of all, Renarin is precious, and that is my comment. Second of all, I finally got to meet Jasnah's spren, Ivory, who is really intriguing and is... I don't know enough about him yet to say that he's the spren I was hoping Jasnah would have, but he's definitely a great contrast with some of the other spren, like PATRON and Syl and Wendell, so I'm excited to see. I kind of now want to see some kind of, like, interaction between all of the spren, and because I have no idea how that would go, but it would be crazy. So Moash is back in the story, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not really mad about it, because that's a redemption arc that I could really get behind. I have no idea, you know, I'm not going to make predictions anymore, as I learned my lesson with Way of Kings, but I would say, like, regardless of what happens, I am definitely intrigued by Moash's re-entry into the story, and the fact that he and Kaladin kind of missed each other in Revelar by, like, you know, days, weeks, whatever. Before, you know, it was mostly him through Kaladin's eyes and some of the other characters, and now I'm really loving really getting him solo, and it's really interesting seeing him kind of rip himself apart inside about his Bridge 4 experience and how he had this, you know, found family for the first time in his life and kind of threw it away, and now he's dealing with the aftermath of that. I'm about 500, almost 500 pages into the story, and I'm hoping to crank through a lot of this next week. The implications of this. So Moash is now in a sledge wagon crew and just discovered this group of parshmen that are also pulling a sledge that are being really horribly mistreated, and he couldn't figure out why. And one of the guards was like, oh yeah, they harbored a false god and blah blah blah. And now Moash is going to, like, go over there and defend them and be like a little parallel Kaladin over here. I don't know, this whole, like, Moash arc I'm actually really intrigued by. Possibly the most in the book so far. Jasnah giving Amaram some crap in front of a room full of people was so satisfying. I can't even explain it. It was great. I'm so happy. I think Amaram is probably my most hated character in this, like, entire series so far. Sadeas was pretty close, but Amaram just... So it's the day after Christmas. I'm in my very comfy clothes, so, and my hair's a mess. The hierarchy of supernatural beings is starting to get a little confusing, and I know that some of you guys will probably be able to explain this better in the comments, because I miss a lot of stuff, apparently, that you guys are like, hello. Explain to me in the comments how the hierarchy of gods and deities work in this book, because we just met Odium. Dalinar just met Odium in the vision, and we have Cultivation, who has something to do with Lift, and Honor, who died which I'm trying to remember exactly how that happened, and I'm sure my brain's just totally having a blank moment. And then we have the heralds, and then we have, like, but are odium and honor and cultivation all on the same level? Because, so we have the heralds, then we have the spren, who are, but then there's also, like, super spren, like, you know, you have, like, Syl, but then you have, like, the Stormfather, and they've been hinting at the fact that there are some spren, other spren, who are bigger, powerfuler. This feels like something that I should at least, like, sort of be aware of at this point. I'm going to be shocked out of my skin if Dalinar survives this book. I really am. I am going to spend part of the day reading today because there's a fireplace and it's warm, and I'm wearing a sweater and pajama pants today because it's the day after Christmas. It's a couple days after Christmas, and I am sitting and reading by the light of my Christmas tree. I am 663 pages into this thing. I'm actually making some progress. And I'm in the part where Dalinar is remembering what happened to Evie. I think that's how it's pronounced, or Evie. He's really good at pacing, because I feel like all of this backstory for Dalinar and Aesudan and Evie would have been too soon before this book. She's only been in the story for such a short amount of time, but I already care about her so much because we're seeing her through Dalinar's eyes, and she's such a powerful contrast to Dalinar. I can see now more of where Renarin came from, which I love because I really adore his character. So seeing Evie and, like, seeing where Renarin got some of his traits and why he's so different from Dalinar and Aesudan, this is just brilliant writing. I'm really starting to appreciate the whole story together more. I had to laugh when the Stormfather told Dalinar that he would kind of jokingly love to see Dalinar try to make cultivation his spren, which now I'm like, okay, is honor and cultivation and odium, are they all like giant freaking spren? I'm assuming. Y'all in the comments are gonna be like, duh. But seriously, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm working on it. Happy New Year. So I'm working through the book. I'm almost 800 pages in. Shallan just infiltrated the Cult of Moments and found out that there are 2 corrupt spren that are kind of running everything in Kholinar. And Kaladin just showed off that he's a Shardbearer, radiant to the squad that he was in for the Wall Guard. And High Marshal Azure is very interesting. I don't know what to think of her yet. I'm really curious to see, like, who she is and what she's about, because yeah, she's interesting. But let's talk about something else. At the very beginning of this video, I was like, meh, love triangles. Sorry for all of you guys who are like Kaladin, Shallan shippers, but I'm not. I love Shallan and Adolin a lot together. This whole like Vale secretly having the hots for Kaladin is honestly not my favorite thing. I get it, but it's kind of like meh whenever, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's totally a personal preference thing. Something that I wanted to mention briefly, because I've heard it brought up a lot when talking about this book, and that is when I was first told to read this, I was told by several different people, like, oh, you're gonna love it. There's a character in here who kind of has like DID, dissociative identity disorder, which is something that I have. And okay, So I get it. Like, I totally get why. There are definitely some similarities. However, I just wanted to make the point that there's a lot of differences as well, and the conscious choice to put on a different face is something that Shallan is doing, and that is not something that equates to DID. And I would say the biggest one that has stuck out to me so far is the conscious choosing to play a role. She talks about playing a role a lot. Not that she's acting per se, but she kind of is. So yeah, just to be careful with that and not to use Shallan as a representative of DID, because we have enough misunderstood representation in media to begin with. So I just wanted to bring that up as a PSA. And yeah, I'm hoping to get through at least to page 900 today. We'll see if I can get farther. Just got through the Battle of Kholinar. I'm guessing it's probably the first Battle of Kholinar. I'm guessing there's going to be another one, but I'm like, wow. Everyone's dying. Grund, the boy that Shallan knew, died, and then we had the battle, and Noro died, and Sa died, and Beard died, and then Moash came the frick out of nowhere, by the way. Like, it would have, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, like, it just felt very Deus Ex Machina, very slightly. Like, I kind of wanted him to show up briefly before that. It just happened to be the moment that Kaladin was not able to fight and killed Elhokar. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, here's me thinking that, oh, Elhokar, like, I like him as a character and whatever, but I'm not, like, emotionally attached. Apparently I'm more emotionally attached than I thought I was, because, yeah. And we still have, I do this every vlog, we still have like 400 pages left. You get to this point in a Sanderson book and you just know, like, things are just screwed going forward, and you just kind of along for the ride, and you just hope you don't totally lose all of your emotional capacity by the end of it. Maybe, and this is another personal preference thing, and you guys let me know what you think of this in the comments, but I would have liked to have seen her through Elhokar's eyes from before, because you know how we're getting all of this stuff with Evie and Dalinar, which, by the way, Evie died also, and so I finally know how that all happened, and that was a little strange, not exactly how I expected it to go either, so I still don't know how I feel about it. But I would have liked to see Elhokar, like, remembering some fond memory of her or something, because I literally don't care about their relationship at all. Obviously, he's been telling us, and again, this is a classic example of the power of show don't tell, because with the telling, Elhokar keeps telling us, oh, she would never do that, oh my gosh, like, my wife is a good person, and whatever, like, don't care, because I've been told how to feel about her this whole time. So yeah, I'm curious to know how you guys felt about it in the comments, so let me know. So I am on about page 900, and I am going to see how much I can read today. Wit. Okay, for all of you Wit lovers out there who've been, like, totally eating me for saying that he's not my favorite character. Yes, I get that Wit and Hoid are the same person, and that he was in Warbreaker. Oh my gosh, we're all freaking out about it. Okay, cool. After Grund, the boy, gets killed, and she's doubting her entire life and everything, and she light weaves for him in the abandoned house. And I liked him in that scene. I appreciated him in that scene. But I'm still gonna stand by the fact that, like, the hype over Wit's character, I'm still not feeling it, guys. So y'all can come for me in the comments, because I know you're going to, and I know that all of you Wit lovers are just flabbergasted at the fact that I am not a Wit fan. He's fine, he exists, he's whatever, but, like, I'm still not there. But I did like the scene between him and Shallan in the abandoned house. I thought that was really, really cool, and that he actually, I don't know if seemed more human is the right way to put that. Dalinar now thinks that Adel and Elhokar and the crew are possibly dead, and Kholinar has fallen, so things are getting crazy. Crazier. So yeah, we will see what happens. I'm pretty sure that it's going to speed up a lot now because I've read a few Sanderson books now. There's a lot happening. I'm not going to lie, like trying to wrap my brain around everything has been a little bit of a challenge, but I found it really interesting that I'm definitely seeing a lot more of the connections between Warbreaker and Stormlight. I'm loving, and obviously I figured it out a while ago, but I'm loving the dynamic between Szeth and Nightblood. Nightblood was a really fascinating character for me in Warbreaker, and so to see the sword here as well has been really fun. And my assumption was that Dalinar was not going to survive this book. That being said, at this point, I'm going to be a little disappointed if Dalinar is the one that doesn't make it through the end of Oathbringer, because it feels so predictable at this point that I'm just like, okay, there's no way at this point that Sanderson's actually going to have Dalinar be the one that dies, because at this point I'm just expecting it so much. Syl's been captured-ish. So that'll be, I have no idea what's going to happen, guys. So here we go. I'm sitting in the laundry room for some peace and quiet because mom life. I'm at the last 150 pages, less than 150 pages of the book. True to Sanderson form, he is dumping everything in the last, like, whatever, 300 to 400 pages of this book. Lift. For all of my Lift fandom out there, this is the first time that I actually appreciated her, like when she shows up next to Dalinar at the battlefield and she's like, oh yeah, totally here with you, and let me go get that rock for you. And now she's teaming up with Szeth? Like, what? Szeth is so cool. Like, he is such an underrated character, I can't even, because he's like the perfect embodiment of an anti-hero. Even the imagery that Sanderson uses to describe him being wreathed in like white and black stormlight, and just this, like, he's such a perfect representation of that type of character that I love it. I absolutely love it. Kaladin and Shallan and Adolin are kind of in a bad spot at the moment. I think Cal is going to swear the 4th. Is he on the 4th? Everybody's at different ideals. I can't ever remember who's at what level. Something's gonna happen. I don't know if he's gonna blow up and kill all the fused or what. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're so close to finishing this book. Finally! You guys have been waiting for like 3 months. I've been waiting for 3 months to find out what the heck happens at the end of this book. So, let's do it. So Odium just chose Dalinar as his champion, which I honestly can't believe that I didn't see coming, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, sort of. I knew it was going to have, there was some tie between the two of them because the thrill was mentioned in relation to Odium before, and now it makes a whole lot of sense. But my problem is now, who's going to fight Dalinar? Like, I know he's gonna lose, but like, who is it gonna be? Kaladin? Is it gonna be Jasnah? I could see that too. Is it gonna be Adolin or Renarin? Like, I'm guessing a showdown between Dalinar and one of his sons would be the most gut-wrenching thing ever, so I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. But Adolin is wounded. Renarin, nobody knows what's happening with Renarin. And Kaladin, at this point, seems the most likely option, but I don't know. This is very messy. So yeah, I don't know what's happening. Guess we're gonna find out, but oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Hello everybody. Okay, so it has been about a week since I finished the book. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm gonna try and keep it as concise as possible. First of all, I can't believe that I'm actually filming this because I honestly thought I would never finish this book. As you probably noticed from my previous clips, I was under the impression that something big was going to happen at the end of Oathbringer. And a lot of big things happened at the end of Oathbringer. You know, Dalinar rejected odium. We have Elokar's son was rescued, which is amazing. Drehi and Scar are still alive, which is awesome. And I felt kind of let down by the end of the book. The wedding was very rushed for me. It was just like, okay, the battle's done, now we're gonna shove in all of this stuff. Oh, by the way, Shallan and Adolin are getting married, and oh, by the way, this is happening, and oh, by the way, Jasnah's the queen, which, like, is awesome. First of all, love that. But I felt like I wanted something big out of the end of this book that I didn't get. And I don't know, I've heard a lot of people say that Oathbringer was not their favorite of the first 3 books. I needed a gut punch emotionally. I was looking for one, and I don't feel like I really got it. Kholinar, you know, we lost Elokar. Okay, fine. But he kind of teased us by killing off all of the side characters that we had just barely gotten to know. I rated it a 4-star. This is the first of the Stormlight Archives that I've given 4 stars. Yeah, just because of the ending, I think. Partially. This one also dragged a little bit more than Words of Radiance and even Way of Kings to some degree. Because the aspect of discovery is less, I think, at this point. So I wanted that really big roller coaster from Words of Radiance to carry on into Oathbringer, and I feel like it kind of didn't. It kind of plateaued a little bit. I have officially finished Oathbringer. Thank you guys so much for all of your comments on my other videos and encouraging me to make this, because I really enjoy these vlogs and the conversations and discussions that happen in the comments. After them, I have a giant zit in the middle of my forehead, so I'm sure, like, that's very attractive. I will not be reading Rhythm of War until it comes out in paperback, because I do not want to read a hardcover that weighs 150 pounds. Let me know in the comments what you think of Oathbringer. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for 300 subscribers. Like, that happened. I hope you're having an amazing 2021 so far. It's been a roller coaster for everyone, I think. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and I look forward to our conversations in the comments. See you guys in the next video.